Good morning, my people. Welcome back to more CS News. I woke up this morning to a bunch of CS News. It's actually so many stories out there and so much news going down. It's a great day for Counter-Strike. What are you guys drinking right now, all right? How are you doing on this fine morning or evening or afternoon, wherever you are? And I'm sure S1mple is doing just fine as he has stayed here in North America. Some people questioning their North American boot camp to actually stay here in NA for the Austin Major and staying on NA servers. It is S1mple who is getting ready for the Major. We have seen clip after clip of NA face it, and take that for what you will, but some of these clips from S1mple, do you think he is ready to be on FaZe for the Austin Major?
Nice. Two guys mid. Might be fast.
Mid house, 1 HP, 1 mid doors. Mid house, 3 mid. Throwing smoke. Okay. 1 ME, 3 mid.
Already right side. Only red.
And then pushing 1.
Yeah.
Side name in.
Taking heaven. Died. Nice. Come back.
And I'll tell you what, whether ready or not, it is fun to see all of these S1mple clips back in at him. It's fun, and I'm so excited to see what this phase will do, and they will have some time. After, of course, we have to go through stage 1, people giving their predictions for that stage, really quickly bouncing back to IEM Dallas, just to showcase how excited people are for this S1mple return. And I know you guys know, we've all been awaiting it. We're excited to see if they can even make playoffs. I think that's the big tipping point. If they can make playoffs with this kind of roster a few weeks in, with a stand-in like S1mple, then there's some real potential here for the future of a guy like FaZe S1mple. But IEM Dallas and their most watched matchup of the entire tournament was day 1 or 2. I think it was day 2. They faced off against Liquid. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, that matchup was the most viewed of the entire tournament for S1mple's return to CS. How crazy is that? That must have been day 1 because they lost and then they won and then they lost. Day 1, IEM Dallas. I'm okay. But that's what we call cultural impact, and I cannot wait to see the viewership numbers for this major as we get to those early on stages. And can FaZe do it remains the question, but S1mple has been warming up. And speaking of some other teams out there that may or may not be making changes post-major but are expected to, that being Team Falcons. We have the rumors there, although they have now made grand final after grand final after grand final, or lost in the semifinals to the best team in the world. I don't know if they assume that the team they had right now would be a top 3 contending team pretty consistently ever since m0NESY joined, but there were those rumors that seemed to be pretty much true after the major. Kyousuke, because we all can't decide how to pronounce his name, but I'm going to stick to my guns on Kyousuke, and he apparently will be set to join Falcons. Rumors say replacing a guy like Magisk, who we saw pop off a little bit against Vitality in last tournament, but that is set to be in stone. It's according to Maui Snake, and in a latest episode from those guys, it will be linked down below, according to a close source that told him, and this is very interesting, that Spirit wanted Kyousuke to stay, and they were willing to do anything to make that happen, or willing to do a lot to make that happen, but he wanted to leave. He wanted to join Falcons because him and m0NESY are secretly besties who are going to take over the Counter-Strike scene forever and ever and ever.
Gay leaks when I'm not trying to be a leaker, but now I'm just getting so many
What more info
sources.
do you have for us? Come on.
Yeah, so I have more info. Okay, that's basically it. It's just I'm just using this portion. And
if you're an editor from play.gg, you need to start writing down now, transcribing it at this point in time. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, an extremely okay. So this is I'm gonna say this as plain text as possible. Okay, from an extremely trusted anonymous source that's told me Spirit did do a lot to try to keep Kyousuke on the roster And in my eyes, I'll actually, you know what? I'll add my own opinion after. But so they tried to keep Kyousuke with Spirit, but Kyousuke wanted actually out, and he wanted to play with Falcons. So then that was 100% clear to Spirit, the organization, and then Spirit obviously negotiated for good money on the sale of Kyousuke, because of course they do. Okay.
So for all those Team Spirit fans who were digging on the organization for letting him go, it seems they didn't. It seems like they almost had their hand forced that he didn't want to stay, according to Maui and his source, which of course going to trust, but a very interesting dynamic there, as we will eventually see Kyousuke supposedly going to Falcons. It seems that he wanted that. Kyousuke really wanted that. And speaking of Kyousuke, I recently watched Ash's, Coach Ash, if you guys don't know, his most recent YouTube video breaking down Kyousuke's gameplay. Very interesting stuff on that kid, who is the highest prospect in CS currently. And then some little side news for all of you guys, in case you didn't see this. Heroic has now rebranded to Heroic. I just said that out. Yeah, I received a DM from their social guy a few days ago because I was talking about Heroic when I think they had a really close match against that FaZe, almost lost that third map. Did that go to overtime? And I received a DM. They were like, "Hey, it's Heroic, not Heroic." And I was like, "There's no way you're being serious right now." They're being serious. It's Heroic, all caps. That is how they want it to be said now. Not Heroic with a capital H. Heroic, all caps. And also, more importantly than that news, they've officially announced, thanks to Valve's conflicting rules, it will be Heroic Sunpayus and Heroic Saw also set to join G2 following the major. This was also rumored, but they apparently were told they had to reveal this information to the public due to those conflicting interest rules. And so now it's confirmed. Heroic will be letting go another couple of players, and they'll be receiving another bag for some players, and their rebuild will be going down again. It's Heroic, not Heroic. So we'll see if they can stick it out with the roster for a lengthier amount of time. And this is a team that was still in contention, a team that was still up there contending with other top teams and doing better than I think people probably expected, given the fact that they've constantly been selling or replacing players and have not had too long of a tenure together. I'm excited to see where this project does go. All jokes aside of Heroic now being Heroic, I am excited. They do know how to build a roster, and so hopefully with this end being due to a financial means, they now have the financial means to stick it out with the team, and we'll see how that looks. Now, speaking of financial choices out there, this one being very interesting. It is so difficult in CS news to choose what two stories are the headline. Today I chose S1mple and Kyousuke, but I could have chose ScreaM and Nivera, as both the brothers are returning to Counter-Strike after seemingly pretty short stints in the Valorant space, although actually kind of lengthy when you think about it, whether it be as a pro player or content creator. The brothers have now officially returned to the better game of CS and will both be playing for Foot Esports. Nivera on the starting roster, but ScreaM will be their sixth man and content creator for now, as he says he'll be working to get back to competitive Counter-Strike and hopes to be on their starting lineup, which I'm like, there is so much information you just threw at me. You can't just bring the brothers back and then I'm just supposed to be like, okay, that's crazy. Because ScreaM has been streaming Counter-Strike a lot more. We've shared clips of his, but the fact that both ScreaM and Nivera are not back and on the same team, it's clear this project is going for some sort of, publicity angle that might work out in the end if ScreaM is good enough to get back to that starting point. And will he be? And will this roster be competitive to begin with? I like it, man. I do like it a lot. We're seeing some more relatives on a team, but brothers in potentially, eventually, Tier 1 Counter-Strike. You don't get to see that too often, do you? So the storyline is certainly there for Foot Esports. We'll see if the competitive nature is for ScreaM to return to that top tier of CS. And then, of course, his little brother Nivera will be there as well. So what do you guys think about the return of the bros from Valorant? And that's going to do it for today's episode of CS News. Sorry for being a little groggy, a little slow, guys. The caffeine really hasn't hit me yet, so that's on me. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back and at 'em with some more spicy news. But thank you all for being here. Thank you all for subscribing. Sometime soon, my interview with Min Lee, the creator of Counter-Strike, will drop on this channel. It's already down below on our gaming interview channel, but that will be coming soon this week, so I can take a day off, recoup from CS News, and come back even stronger. But what do you guys think as we approach the major? What teams are you looking out for? What players are you keeping an eye on? Make sure to leave a comment down below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning. You know what to do, okay? Take care. Ta-ta.